What's up? I was doing some thinking today. Actually, I've done this thinking before, and was out here burning some incense, and I put it on this little slab of rock so you could see it. And what I've been burning is some pontifical incense, which is made of frankincense and myrrh, and a few other things, and some herbs. Now this stuff that I have has been blessed by an Irish priest, and it's great for cleansing and protection. It's what they burn in the church. And I was thinking about things as a child and trying to let them go, things that stick with you that doesn't really seem like much at one point. But then again, when certain problems come up and you try to figure out why you're that way, like I want to talk about the ways in which we address children. First, I want to say that it's not just children. Each other, the way we address each other, our loved ones, because some things can really scar for a really long time. And for me, it started when my mom tried to ease me at the age of 3. Maybe, was it 3 or 4? After my brother was born, her second child. One set of my grandparents seemed to pay a lot of attention to him, and I started feeling inferior and sad. And my mother, who thought she was probably in the right at the time, thought she would make it better by saying, well, your grandma is partial to boys. But it hurt me, and then later on, I still break out real easy. When I would use soaps and stuff, I got to be really careful about using soaps. And sorry about that, I had to pause for a minute. So there was a time that something was said to me about picking my sores. I would break out, and real easy with different chemicals on my skins and detergents in my clothes. And I still do from time to time. And I was looking at my scars a few weeks ago, up and down my arms and stuff, and now that I'm getting older, my skin is changing. I'm going through the wonderful menopause. I'll put some herbs on here to burn. And whatever you want to call it, we go through cycles, the earth goes through cycles. The heavens go through cycles. And I was looking at those scars, and I was remembering my dad saying to me, no man will ever want a woman with scars all over her. Well, by the time I was 10, I was already getting pretty scarred up. Plus, I played outside all the time. I was always on adventures, bug bites, scrapes, burns. But to me, they were good memories, each one, when it came to that. I didn't see it as such a bad thing, but I felt shame after he said that about my body. Then, a couple years later, I overheard my dad's new wife say that I was the self-centered one of the bunch. That one probably hurt me more than anything that's ever been said to me. And though she may have had a point at the time, I spent most of my life trying not to be self-centered and being everything but. I gave so much of myself that a few years ago, there was nothing left. Or at least I thought there was nothing left. And then a parent also used to call me stupid on I don't know, I was going to say an hourly basis, but it wasn't. And so I've always felt stupid. I've always second-guessed everything. Not just second-guessed, but I've had to think about my actions. And the older I got, the more I thought about my actions. And then, through my first marriage, I was told so many things. I was every name in the book. Some that hurt the most was a fat sow, cottage cheese ass, and a few other nice things. And no man would ever want me. And I worked third shift for like 12 or 13 years. And slept when my kids went to school until they got home, usually. But if he was home and I was sleeping past 4 or 5 hours, I was lazy. You know what? And so now, when I want to take a nap during the day, even though I don't work third shift anymore, I feel guilty. I'm restless. It's hard for me to sleep. And I would like to personally thank Genevieve for opening a space that allowed me to be okay with my body needing rest and reminding me that rest is how we heal. And it took a long time to get this way. Well, I felt tired, and I've been feeling really tired. And I've been really tired a lot since I cut myself off of the dope back in January. And I figured that after a month or two, I'd be okay. But it's taking longer than I want it to. And so, when I want to sleep, I hear lazy. And I'm not really getting a whole lot done as fast as I want to. Not like I used to. And so it upsets me a little bit. So I was sitting there thinking, but yet, with all that, and you might want to think and be mad at those people, but you have to forgive them. Because here's one thing. One thing is that all those hurtful words pushed me and made me stronger. They were hurtful, very hurtful, but very, very helpful. And now that I can see it all from a non-judgmental and outside perspective, as I watch myself in my memories, I see how it was more helpful than a hindrance. But now I have to overcome making a balance between not being those things, because I have the tendencies. They're there, as I'm sure we all do. And balancing it is not being a good or a bad, but maybe being both, a good and a bad. And I would show you my face. Oh, look, I have a really huge pimple because I ate a bunch of candy the other day. So now I have a pimple on my face. And it's like a tower. It sticks out about 20 feet. So if you see anything white, that's what you're seeing. Look. Oh, there it is. Nah. So I just want to say that words, especially the English language, is almost like the devil's language in a way. I still think there's another way to address each other. We have to be very mindful when saying things, especially to children, and especially to the people who mean the most of us. And if we're all doing that, then everybody's getting that same treatment. And it's most important, if you've had a lot of hate, to love yourself. And to love others. And you have to find a balance between good and evil and right and wrong, because there is something that I'm knowing is a truth. And I've told people over and over about this. And my mother told me a month after she passed that everything is how it's supposed to be. Now, yesterday, tomorrow, everything is the way it's supposed to be. It always has been, it is, and always will be. Every little thing is nothing, and yet it is everything. And we all have a story, and none of us are perfect. Some of us have demons we're still battling. And we have to protect ourselves from each other and from our shadow. We need to work through our shadows. And we need to allow each other the space to work through theirs. And maintain a love. You don't have to like everybody. But we all need to have a mindfulness and a love and an understanding that none of us are perfect. And the things that have happened to us, think about all the things. It's like a training. And think of all the things you've accomplished and all of the things that you have lived through. Now, go back into those things that hurt you the most. Are those the things that pushed you through those things? That helped you succeed? Yeah. Anyway, just wanted to share my thoughts, have a smoke, and I knew what this was at one time, but I cannot think of what the name of it. But back in the day, when somebody was using a hateful tongue, I would place this by a candle in front of their picture. Now, I just take a picture of it and I send it to that person. And they have no idea why, but these are very protective. I can't think of the name of it right offhand, and that really upsets me, but we're going to live with it. It's called a doohickey, or a thingamajig, or that thingy, that pointed thingy, the witch's ball. I know that. And then my husband found this and brought it to me. It's a chunk of crystal. And it's not perfect. But in the places that it shines, It's imperfect perfection. And it takes both. No, it takes all, a trinity of energy to create such beauty. Not just in this or this pimple, but in us, in our hearts. And remember, that's pontifical, pontifical incense. And you can get it blessed at the church. You can order it. There's plenty of, if you need homeopathic stuff, if you need herbs, if you need resins, if you need incenses, there is medicine and magic in these things, just like there is in you. There is God and the goddess in these things. And when you combine both, you create a spirit that is good. Of course, some for bad things, but I'm supposing that most of you are light workers and are not here to hurt anyone. So, with that, this is probably going to take 20 years to upload because my Wi-Fi is so stinking slow. But I love you guys, and oh, I want to say thank you to Phi Harmonics. She drew 2 cards for me yesterday. They were brilliant. And then she drew another one today for everybody, but it was still for me. I know it was. That aquamarine, that's my birthstone. But thank you, sister. Thank you. And Danny, if you're watching, I've been praying for you. And I've been sending you love from my heart space. And Skyhopper, I don't know if you're still out there, but I love you. And in this time of year, I am in reflection of things that I have learned by listening to your messages. And love to you and your family from my heart space. And to Tao, where is the witch that loves you the most? Right here. Always sending you light. To my new subscribers, thank you. I just really looked the other day and I was like, wow. I mean, I went up like 30 subscribers since the last time I looked, which has been a while, but I mean, it's okay. I appreciate that. And Stephanie, I got hedges of protection around you, sweetheart. And you're going to be just fine. And I love you. And thank you for making me laugh. To all of you, I love you. And blessed be.